If you look around carefully, you'll see them. Ordinary people leading extraordinary lives. They live true to their passions, to their beliefs, and they create magic. We've trailed the Dewarists for 3 seasons now, to far corners of the country and beyond. Musicians and artists with unbelievable stories. This year, we throw open the challenge to include poets, whose words are going to be the framework for new sets of collaborators. Join us on this journey in search of a song to pay perfect homage to the words of a gifted poet. Welcome to the Dewarists Season 4. Beauty lies in the eye of a storm. We are in Sikkim, a jewel in Northeast India's awe-inspiring spread of nature and culture. Peace exists here, suspended in verdant green sal trees and rolling out in waves through Buddhist prayer wheels. It is as much a way of life as it is nature's gift. It's this tranquility that has drawn American clarinetist Shankar Tucker and Mati Bani's Nirali Kartik to explore Faiz's poetry of hope and peace.
This isn't really my memory because it was caught on family videotape. There I have one image of myself, first of all, writing a piece and then putting it on a piano, and then also taking a trumpet and balancing on the piano and then trying to play trumpet. And it was a big mess. I mean, there's nothing good to come of it, but it was an experiment, yeah. I kept on kind of changing my direction for a long time. So I was in like orchestra, classical Western music, and I was good at that, but I wasn't really satisfied. And at a certain point, I really wanted to do other things. So I got really into jazz, but I didn't want to switch instruments because I was playing clarinet. I had built up a certain amount of skill on clarinet. And if I switched to a different instrument, I would kind of leave all that behind. I heard these CDs of Remember Shakti with John McLaughlin and Zakir Hussain and Hari Prasad Shirazia, who's playing flute, and that was really inspiring. You know, it's like when a master takes an instrument and then brings another level to the instrument. That's what you feel when you listen to his playing. So I called his Gurukul and I applied for a scholarship. A lot of the things that I thought I could do or get away with is actually pretty essential to the music. So I had to take apart my instrument, and I did a lot of trial and error experiments with duct tape and little like rubber pads, be able to get like the Indian ornamentation on clarinet. As a foreigner in India, I had very limited job opportunities that I could apply for. So I kind of threw it all together and got a camera and started doing these simple videos and uploading them. I didn't have any funding to hire studio musicians, so I would just kind of grab instruments and throw them in the mix. My head was a little bit confused, but like very excited. So at that point I was just thinking, no matter what, I have to just keep doing videos and keep traveling. And I was really surprised because I remember the first video got like 120 views in like the first week. And then the third video I did was with Vidya and Vandana. We recorded this South Indian classical song. And that was the first video that kind of went viral. It's one thing to have a crazy idea and be off by yourself and be like a crazy person just alone. But then to have support just makes you feel like this is a real thing, even though there's not any sort of set way, you know, that you can go about it. I don't really know how I survived that well at the time. It was definitely a struggle. It is a kind of high risk, high reward. I mean, it's important to do something distinctive and like something new. I mean, that's what people want to hear. As long as you have an idea for something that's new, definitely, I think you should go for it.
Shankar!
Hey, Didi, how are you?
So great to see you.
Good to see you too. How's your trip?
It was good. How was yours?
It was amazing.
How's Gangtok?
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah?
Just the ride here with these insane mountains
Yeah.
every side, just driving through the Himalayas.
I have known Shankar since a very long time, since he came here as a student. I love his compositions and I think he has imbibed the best of both the worlds.
So I had an idea for a new song that I wanted to ask you about. It's an idea I had a while back, but I felt like, you know, when we were driving through the mountains, it really kind of brought the melody to life. And I felt like this is something that maybe we could do. And the idea is that the melody for the first part of the song would just go down and go down and go down.
Right.
And then for the second line, everything would start rising up again. I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of like the
Sounds really cool.
music nerd point of view.
I also feel that this place has a beautiful, mysterious vibe.
Yeah.
And which is like silent and still talking. And I think Faiz poetry is exactly like that. And I think it will go very well with the kind of thought and expression that you have in mind.
Yeah. Nice. Did you have anything off the top of your head you could?
So I have found a few gems of Faiz, and we can go through those poetries.
Wonderful.
And then let's see how it goes,
Cool.
suits the melody that you have.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
कब याद में तेरा साथ नहीं, कब हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं, सद शुक्र की अपनी रातों में, अब हिज्र की कोई रात नहीं. The poet says that you are always there in my thoughts. It's definitely about separation. He is away from the beloved, and he exploits this feeling of separation a lot in his poetry, and it kind of adds so much of beauty to what he wants to say.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think that's the right kind of balance of bittersweet elements. You know, it's not too overjoyed and happy in the poem, but it's also not too sad and desolate.
Right.
Sikkim's mountains have inspired our musicians today to pick the works of a poet whose words can echo for eternity in these valleys. Faiz Ahmad Faiz is considered one of the subcontinent's greatest Urdu poets. Though he wrote in the tumultuous times during and after partition, his poetry was always full of hope and love. He was born in Sialkot in 1911. His parents were academic, and their home was always full of prominent writers and poets. Faiz grew up a scholar, proficient in Urdu, Punjabi, Hindi, Arabic, English, and Persian. His career was equally diverse, ranging from being a teacher, a lieutenant colonel, and finally the editor of some of Pakistan's greatest newspapers. But his soul lay in poetry. His beliefs were inspired by the ideals of communism, which led him to being imprisoned. While in prison, he wrote to his wife Alice saying, "In the evening the breeze seems to bring the breath of the sea, and the skies seem to close in, not on drab prison walls, but on distant palm-fringed beaches, like all beauty that is within your sight and beyond your grasp, like all beauty you know to be an illusion." Even in distress, his words were a gentle reminder to look at the good around us. The lyrical words of Faiz will stay with us for a long time to come, as a celebration of hope over trials and love over hatred, a true testament to a life lived true.
कब याद में तेरा साथ नहीं, कब हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं, सदशुक्र की अपनी रातों में अब हिज्र की कोई रात नहीं। मैदान वफा दरबार नहीं, यहाँ नामो नसीब की पूछ कहाँ। आशिक तो किसी का नाम नहीं, कुछ इश्क किसी की जात नहीं। अगर बाजी इश्क की बाजी है, जो चाहे लगा दो डर कैसा। जो जीत गए तो क्या कहना, हारे भी तो बाजी मात नहीं।
हूँ तो फुलवा बिनन को गईरी, हूँ तो फुलवा बिनन को गईरी, नंद गाव की गैल बिसर गई. Music was there from my very early childhood. I found my guru Shri Vikas Bhai Pari. He taught me the most beautiful aspect of Hindustani music. In Hindustani music, you are allowed to create your own music. You are allowed to make your own expression in the given outline. As I grew up, I felt that music was very much a part of me. In Gujarat, it is not very common to take music as a profession. My dad was not always too happy about the choice because he felt that it won't give me kind of a security and it will always be an uncertain life for me as an artist. But my mom, she knew that I won't be able to do anything else than music. During that time, I also happened to meet Kartik. Kartik mainly composes in Western style of music. He asked me to sing a few alaps in a rag. Like I sang classical music, but he kind of put it in such a way that even a person who is not knowing classical music would be able to enjoy it. So I like that perspective a lot, and that's how we got together. Music can be more intense, it can be more meaningful if you create it when you travel. That is how we came about the Mati Bani, and we started to travel to different villages. We met folk musicians, we recorded them, and then we created music. When we came up with our first song, which was Mitwa, we kind of put it on YouTube. The first day got a very good response, so we really got very encouraged, and then we thought that we should make more such videos and we should try and expand our, musical experience. Every day you get up and you don't know what kind of work that you're going to get or what kind of music that you're going to do. All these questions are always a part of a musician's life. If you pursue music half-heartedly, then music won't give you everything. But if you pursue it with all your heart and with all the love that you have, then it is surely going to love you back.
The most evocative thoughts often lie in forgotten corners. Faiz's words have not just brought our Dewarists to Sikkim. They've led them straight to the Rachna bookstore, a cozy corner, home to Converse, Conversations with Verse, a meeting ground for poets and writers from Northeast India.
Yeah, we heard some wonderful music from a trio of folk musicians. Yeah, it's just amazing, what is India? It's a huge place, it's so diverse, and, I feel like you're constantly running into new things, new pieces of culture. So it was wonderful to see this.
Sisa Gek Liang, Maya Liang, Sisa Liang Re, Rumju Liang, Sisa Lem Liang, Amu Liang, Kasa Achebu, Maya Liang. Rangyu Rangit, Eat Saliang, Hlokung Pangsa, Ding Saliang.
Crafted in the likeness of an earthen pot, this land between the dome stars above and the great waters below has been witness to many a memory. But nothing compares to this in its arithmetic brilliance, layered with flawed intent.
Even when they are talking about the pain, they when they express it, there is no violence or no sense of revenge. They speak it in a way that will heal and not kind of, exaggerate the pain.
I think there's parallels between what Faiz wrote and what we heard today, themes of hope and also in the stories of conflict. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Us meet with you. It was really
Just in a very short span of time, we got to know a lot about the culture, the people, beauty of this place.
really great to hear you folks.
A meeting with the local poets has led to a subtle understanding of the city our Dewarists find themselves in. It's given them a direction to work towards, steered by Faiz's words.
So that's the main melody, and then
Yeah.
if you were to break it down into the main notes, it'd be
Right.
something like.
Wow.
So
Yes.
that's what I was thinking.
कब याद में तेरा साथ नहीं, हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं. I am really excited about doing this song because when he plays his clarinet, the kind of parts that he designs for each of his compositions, they fit so well, and he really brings out the emotion of the words through his music. मैदाने वफा दरबार नहीं.
Actually fitting with the meter is totally a miracle. Only a couple minor adjustments with like the lines, but still everything is basically exactly intact as the original poem. It totally works. I think it's just the mixture of the vibe of the place and even like the air quality. It's weird, but it's all coming together kind of magically.
कब याद में तेरा साथ नहीं, कब हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं, सद शुक्र के अपनी रातों में अब हिज्र की कोई रात नहीं. मैदाने वफा दरबार नहीं, या नामो नसब की पूछ कहाँ, आशिक तो किसी का नाम नहीं, कुछ इश्क किसी की जात नहीं. कब याद में तेरा साथ नहीं, कब हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं. कब याद में गरबाजी इश्क की बाजी है, जो चाहे लगा दो डर कैसा, जो जीत गए तो क्या कहना, हार भी तो बाजी मात नहीं, सद शुक्र के अपनी रातों में अब हिज्र की कोई रात नहीं. कब याद कब हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं, कब याद में तेरा साथ नहीं, साथ नहीं, कब हाथ में तेरा हाथ नहीं।
Hey, I'm on the Dewarists this season. Ask me anything at #AskADewarist.
I'm Nirali Kartik from Matibani and I'm on the Dewarists. Ask me anything with the hashtag AskADewarist.